We have a red tender here in part 3 of the Gauge 1 James project. Of course, before the build log, the obligatory disclaimer. When we left off, James' tender still had remnants of glue from when it was built. This glue had to be sanded off before any putty could be applied. Squadron putty was then added to any of the rough sections of the tender. As only one cab door was fitted, I made a second and installed it. Once the putty was dry, I used some 220 grit sandpaper to smooth it out. This was followed with an application of 320 grit sandpaper. With everything looking good, I put the tender outside and primered it. And pretty soon it was Ford red. I'm not too particularly concerned about the orange peel on the paint, as there will be a clear coat once the pinstripes and number 5 decals are added. James is looking quite splendid here, ready for anything. Even bootlaces, I suppose. Of course, those oversized buffers had to be dealt with, and indeed they shall. After pulling them out of the tender, I did exactly the same thing as I did for the front buffers. File them down. Needless to say, they look a lot better in scale. As with the first 2 buffers, they're primered, painted Ford red, masked off, and painted black. Stay tuned for part 4, where we tackle the decals and pinstripes on the tender. See you then.